Hello. It's very nice to have you here in this virtual lecture room. My name is Hattie and this is the Students' Union presentation. So let's get started. I'm hosting this as the Students' Union President for the year of 2020 to 2021. I was myself a student at South Bank, so I've been to open days, albeit not virtually. So hopefully I'll be able to give you a really good view of what it's like to actually be a student at South Bank and what that experience is like. So Students' Union is not quite the same as a university. We're independent, I guess we're third party, and we represent your students' views and do lots of other fun things besides, which we'll get into. But yeah, South Bank Students' Union, we're a very lively place, and yeah, it's all very exciting and we can't wait to have you with us, basically. So your Students' Union is led by 4 elected officers. So here's our lovely little mugshots. So you've got myself there. I'm the Students' Union President. I started at South Bank in 2016. I decided to study politics and I thought there's no better place to do that than in central London, and South Bank was my first choice. And I'll go into a bit more about my experience as a student at South Bank later. And then Ravi is your Vice President Education. So he represents all the educational views. And sits in like lots of those meetings and represents, like, works with the course reps on every course at South Bank to represent educational interests and student voice around teaching and learning. Fadis is our Vice President Welfare, so she represents our liberation groups on campaign on campus and runs campaigns with other part-time officers that we have elected. And last but not least, Joel is our Vice President Activities, and he works with student communities, so sports teams, societies, to help you have the best time possible at South Bank outside of the classroom. So yeah, that's us. We're all students. We're elected full-time by the student body to lead the work of the union and to run campaigns for the year, to help represent students and help make sure that you have the best student experience possible at South Bank. So a bit more about me. So I got involved in the Students' Union at South Bank initially through taking part in sports teams and societies. I also signed up to be a course rep on my course. So I'd sit alongside academics and represent our views as students and what could be improved on the course and what's going well on the course. And I really enjoy that representation side. And what I also did, so I got part of the netball team, part of the trampolining club, even though I'm scared of heights, don't ask, and the mixed hockey club. And that's where I really found my friends and where I really thrived at university. So I really loved being part of those teams, and I eventually stood for election to be help lead those sports teams. So that was helping write the budgets out and gaining those kind of skills that I can now take forward in the workplace and be like, I've managed a budget for a couple of £100, which is quite a unique experience. And again, kind of represented those sports teams in forums, and yeah, recruited lots of students. So yeah, it'd be my job to stand at the freshers fair and be like, hey, come and join it, or come and join trampolining. And I really enjoyed that, and having the opportunity to speak to lots of students, and felt really responsible for the success of those sports teams. And then in my third year, I thought I really enjoy sports teams, I really enjoy representation. So I decided to stand for a part-time officer role to represent all the sports teams at the university. And that's what I really enjoyed doing in my third year of university, and I gained so many skills from that. I got to speak to university staff members and was involved in lots of high-level meetings, which is a really cool and unique experience, actually, being only 20 years old and being in a room full of adults that get paid a lot of money to be here, and I was sat there I think we should do this. And yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. So at the end of my third year, I as well as being a course rep and stuff, I was on lots of sports teams, and I decided to set up my own sports team as well. I started Thai boxing, the Muay Thai club at South Bank, because we wanted to attract a different type of people to taking part in sports at university. And from that, I gained a passion of inclusion and representation within sports teams and societies, because I think it's really important that everyone's represented across those kinds of activities. And yeah, so I decided to stand to be a sabbatical officer, and that's kind of why I'm speaking to you now. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Hopefully you didn't care about me rambling on too much, but I really care about the student experience here. And all the work that we do in the Students' Union really helps drive that and helps you have the best experience possible, because of course you've got your learning inside the classroom, but we kind of make it 3D at South Bank. So Like I've said, we're a bit different. Our main priority as a students' union is that you have the best support for your academic interests. So we are here to hold your hand, and we work alongside with the courses essentially on making sure that you have skills and experiences once you've left South Bank that are going to make you stand out from the crowd when you go for jobs, interviews, and that you're not just another student that's graduated from doing, like, for me, for example, like, you're not just another politics student when you've graduated. You've also got this skill, this skill, this skill, like I mentioned earlier, like balancing budgets or organising events or doing X, Y, Z. And then when you go to employers, you can say, hey, I've done all this stuff, and like you should employ me. Like, I would really like to have a job, because ultimately that's why we believe a lot of people come to university, and it's not that you've just come here for a fun time. And we really want to support that academic learning experience. So that's a bit about our ethos. And yeah, hopefully if you could take a look at our website, which I'll post the links for afterwards, you can take a look and see the work that we're doing with students at South Bank at the moment. So what can your students' union do for you? So here's essentially what we do at South Bank University. So like I've said, we work to represent you and all of your courses if you come to South Bank, and improve your experience essentially. So although South Bank is already an amazing university, things change from year on year. And if you come and say, I think something should change a little bit, like this doesn't quite work for me, or it doesn't work for us this year, let us know. And then that's what we do. We go away, speak to university, and we sort that out for you. So all this should lead to you having an amazing time as you're studying here, and feel supported and feel successful on your course. So you graduate with the best opportunities possible for you. So yeah, obviously COVID has impacted the way that we work quite a lot, but we are still working completely virtually. You can check out all of our stuff online, and we are returning to campus at the moment. So yeah, just drop us an email if you have any more questions after this. So as a students' union, like I mentioned, we run Student Voice and we run studies. So a bit about Student Voice, like I mentioned, being a course rep on your course, or if that's being elected as an officer. And collect and studies, meaning that we collect insight and like surveys and all that kind of stuff to find out what student views, you know, what we need to really be working on, what we need to let the university know about, and what we need to work towards, like fixing and making a lot better. So your opportunities, that means sports team societies, events, fundraising, volunteering, all that fun stuff that we do outside the classroom. Student-led events. So you can see here, there's actually an event that happened before COVID, obviously, but it was our South Asian Society hosted a Bollywood night, which is really like loads of fun. Loads of people attended, and you can see everyone's having a great time. So that's the kind of stuff that we organise. If people say like, we've got a great idea, and we go, that sounds great, like we'll help you organise it. Becoming a course rep. So this is how you get involved. Like I said, becoming a course rep. We support students to set up a course-based group or society. So this year we've seen a massive increase in course-based societies, because obviously with COVID it's a bit harder to make friends on your course, and to make those communities and make those friendships. So what we're doing is we're helping enable people to set up like a history society or a midwifery society. So you're not only just in your lectures and your seminars, but you can say, hi, I had an interest in that specific topic. Like, can we go away as a society and do some more research on that, or invite someone in to come and speak? Or can we go on a trip? Obviously, not at the moment, but whenever that's possible. Or can we go to a conference? And that's our job as a students' union. Say, yes, absolutely. Like, we'll help you do that. We can fund that for you. And we understand that's really important to helping you succeed on your course and having the best time possible. And we offer lots of part-time student jobs as well. So we like to say, like, you help us, we help you. So yeah, we do lots of part-time student jobs as well to help you guys. And yeah, I had a part-time job as well when I was a student. So the student union is the best one for that. Yeah, as I've mentioned, COVID-19 has obviously impacted how we work, but it's also influenced a lot of our work. So obviously being a student is hard right now, like I can't lie. There's been lots of stuff in the news, but South Bank has been really good at responding to COVID-19. We've moved all lectures and seminars online where possible, but we are still offering learning physically, so in labs and other workshops and things that need to happen on campus. And that's all fully safe. Like, I was involved in a lot of those conversations on how do we keep students safe, what's the priority. And we decided to wear face masks on campus. We've got a track and trace system that's like separate to the NHS system that came in a lot quicker. And as well as this, like a lot of our work as a union has been to represent, obviously students on their courses and to, pick up any issues like anywhere across the university that students are having a concern with. So if that might be accommodation or, students feel that they can't continue on their course because if they're studying from home, they don't have the right facilities or the right resources. And we've come in as a students' union and said, hey, this kind of issue needs addressing. And the universities like Southbank has been really good at responding to those things. So we have a remote learning fund, hardship funds have been accessible, and that's been part of our work as a union to bring those things forward. Yes, so that's a really quick whistle-stop tour of what it's like to be a student at Southbank. I think, so whilst I studied, I also lived in accommodation, and that was really helpful for me just to live so close to university. I appreciate that not everyone will do that. Most people will be living at home and commuting in. So we've got really great transport links. Obviously, we're based in Elephant and Castle, hence why our logo is this lovely elephant. Yeah, so like a lot of South London and even like North London can be accessed through Elephant and Castle. You're on the Northern Line, you're on the Bakerloo line. You've also got Overground, which is just over the road. And so many bus links. You can get a bus to, I think, anywhere in the world from Elephant and Castle. It's actually crazy. What else can I think of to say? I guess my final thing would be like follow us on social media. The obvious plug, or just like take a look around on our website, see what students get up to whilst they're here at Southbank. If you have a look on our Instagram or Facebook, you can do a lot of the work that we do. Yes, I also am contactable. So if you'd like to contact me, you can just email me on hattie@southbank.su. So it's the same as this link here. And yes, I hope you've had a very lovely time at this virtual open day. If, like I said again, if you have any more questions or want to get in touch, please feel free to do that. If not, I will leave you to get on and watch some other seminars. But yeah, I think we have a student representative in the social lounge area as well on this virtual open day. So do drop in, ask questions about societies and sports teams. But all of the ones that are active are listed on our southbank.su website at the moment. So take a look around there, ask questions, have a great time, and hopefully see you next year. Great, thank you. Bye.